Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. My name is Rick. We are getting into Marcin once again, but this is an interview he did with, I think it's Rob Scallon. And a lot of requests for this, a lot of enthusiasm about doing this reaction. So I'm kind of excited to do that. And I always love to see some tutorial and what he, does and how he kind of puts it out there and describes it. So let's get into this right now. Here we go.
Are you like the Instagram guitar player? You don't just play guitar, you play like drums and rhythm and bass and guitar.
Exactly.
So it's like you take guitar and just turn the difficulty to max.
Yeah, I love classical music, but I hate playing it straight the way that it's been played for centuries, basically. It's like the Bach wrote something like 500 years ago, and he just fit it into it.
Look on his face. I get it.
Like, why wouldn't you want to do that on the guitar? You know what I mean?
What are you doing there?
I like to say that it's all about circles. It's always like about this sort of motion around here, you know?
Mm-hmm. Are you going this way or this way?
Yeah, so I'm just like...
Oh, okay.
Popping
Here's
out my
where
fingers.
we're gonna differ. That's you being a guitar player, and I'm a bass player.
Yeah.
So it's all.
Man, I'm a fan, so I've seen like all of your videos,
Thanks, Marcin.
and I saw that like you do these things, which is like very weird to me.
Like slap bass.
Yeah.
Up, and then you like flamenco.
Exactly. So.
Oh, that sounds a lot better.
Yeah, man, because you got the nails. You know, the nails.
Yeah, I don't have that either.
Because if you wanna scratch.
You have like a scratch pad here too.
It's the first guitar globally produced which has that on it. It's crucial because if you like...
Essentially what you're doing is like you're trying to take a full band sound and putting it onto one.
For sure.
And that's something that's so wild and special about your videos that people who even don't play guitar see. It's like, it sounds like a full band.
This whole thing, just there's so much sound in it. You have the option to just go,
And that's correct. You know what? It's neat what he does, adding textures to the body of the guitar, because I think that's normally called like a pick guard, right? So, I think, and for him to kind of find something to add to the body of the guitar so he can make another percussion sound is very, very cool. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Thing like why would you not want to try that at least sometimes, right?
I just go straight to the slap stuff.
Yeah, here you go.
So cool.
Yeah, let's go. The other way. Let's go.
It's almost
Look how much fun they're having too.
Yeah,
and then bringing in the melody.
Although I wouldn't say that, like to me, like if I do Kashmir, for example, that was one of the really big things that happened to me. If the melody goes, right, Kashmir. I'm not just gonna keep playing. Cause like, come on, I can do like. If I do something original, like...
Ooh, that's risky.
Risky, he called that risky.
Like, same harmony, but like completely different vibe. Dude.
Amazing.
You know?
I was like, dude.
Fill in the gaps.
When he does taking the guitar key and turning it, he said it was risky. He's got to have I would consider perfect ear. Musicians are really good that way because they know their sound so well, and tuning by ear it has to be just, it's got to be hard. But once if you're that good at it, you know what's the right and what's the wrong key. So I assume that's the risky part is the guitar being out of tune and not finding where it's supposed to be back in. I think he was tuning down the A string, or E string. I'm sorry. Anyways, amazing.
Dude. You know? fill in the gaps that are left open with your music, with your guitar, right?
I started my career on YouTube trying to turn one guitar into like a full band.
Yeah.
You're like actually doing it. Like you're doing what I tried to do in my early career.
I mean, you did a lot of things right, so it's not like nothing worked out for you. Let me have this one thing.
You can just see all the hours you've played here, because you really have these distinct sounds between them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like all about tightness, you know? Like
Yeah.
with the kick, I'm kind of like mutated at this point. Like I have this thing here, I don't know if you can tell.
Alice?
What is that?
You know, it's called a ganglion. It's what it's
ganglion.
called. I have that on my head now from a lot of...
From doing that?
Yeah,
so much?
just from years of doing this. And also with the thumb, I don't know if you have that too. Like
No. Oh, Toast and Abasi can do that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It's exactly the same thing. I mean, I don't know if it helps, but like I've always had it. Probably 4 different snares you can do. You know, like this is probably the hardest one. Just like a really like a whip, you know. The index would like strike the strings just like a cross. Yeah. There's just one snare, right? Like you can do. That's another one.
Yeah.
I hit it with my ring finger, right? But then always go back. Yeah. So now you're ready in position.
Gotta get my leg out of there.
Right. The same like if you do it here, same exact thing. Ring finger, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you mean by being in like
That's pretty
Yeah, like a
impressive.
circular like fluid motion.
Yeah.
You know? What you're doing there with your left hand, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Just try to tap something with that. Yeah. Let's tune to, you know,
I'm not familiar with the gentleman that's doing this interview, but I like his personality. He seems really fun, and I imagine he is exceptional at his talent as well. And he's like a kid in a candy store, it seems like. I really enjoy that. Because of everything that he's describing to him and trying to do and nailing it, in my opinion. But what a great kind of interview and collaboration to kind of hone your skills or learn something different.
let's tune to, you know, G minor open.
Let's
like,
do it.
Do it all with left hand, like, you know, and then you can do whatever you want to do with your right hand, like.
Then go into the whole thing again.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, you are so good at guitar.
No,
you're
thank you.
so good at that.
Don't say that. Nah, I'm not gonna blush.
Hey everybody, I wanted to take this time here to talk about this wild project that I've been working on with my friends. One of those friends you would recognize as Jeff. We've done a ton of videos together. Here he is in jazz. He happens to be a video game developer, and we've been secretly working on a video game, and this is real, for like 5 years. It's called Fretless, and it's a musical RPG game, a guitar PG, if you will. Gotcha.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Instead of like collecting swords and shields, you collect guitars and other musical instruments and gear, and then you use them in musical combat. Like your different attacks or moves are different riffs, and as you plan out your moves, you're also planning out the music. You level up by adding things to your pedal board. Me and Jeff started the project after doing the guitar battle video from 5 years ago, and we wanted to extend that to a small game. But as we were working on it, we wanted to keep going because the concept was so fun. And as we continued to go, we realized there was more fun to be had in this game, and it just kept going and going and going. And now we had a full team. We got a real deal publisher, Playdigious. I'm really, really excited to be able to finally talk about this. This has been a huge project we've been working on. I'm also the main character. Yeah. So yeah, the game is called Fretless. It comes out in 2024. The Steam page is at the top of the description. You can go there and check out the trailer.
I'm wishlisting it.
Yeah, wishlist it. Go wishlist it. Check it out. Check out the Steam page. Really looking forward to this game coming out, and so excited that I can talk about it now. Okay, back to guitaring. Fretless, go check it out. It shows so much.
That was a nice change when you did that. Hopefully this gets up as far as a reaction goes. I'm using his video, and I'm very appreciative of that if it does get up. But, you know, the game thing seems super cool. So it's a cool advertisement. It looks like a cool thing to do. So I'm glad that got in there, and it's something I'll probably check out. I don't know if you have to play guitar to know how to do some of that stuff, but I'll probably check it out. But anyways, appreciative, like I said, if this gets up, appreciative of me being able to react to this.
Much control too that you can just show me the bass line and talk.
Yeah.
I've done a few videos like that, like Slap Bass 101.
Yeah,
where I was
the video.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Video, yeah,
thank you so much. Talking while playing is another.
But the truth is, I never think about two things. You take one of these things and you learn it so well, you just can play it and do anything else. Right?
He said that when he was talking to Will Smith.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
The Chicago water is not great for my hair, but other than that,
You still look great.
yeah. So
You had a sore throat earlier. Is that feeling better?
it's much better because you gave me these like MDMA pills.
They were just halls.
No, I know.
They were just halls.
No, but American halls are like 100 times stronger than European halls. you know?
Yeah. You're not consciously thinking
Yeah.
about two things at
Yeah.
once. Something that I say to like students back when I talk guitar a lot, can you walk and talk at the same time? Walking and talking are really, really, really hard. And you had to practice it for, seriously though.
Yeah,
You had to
a
practice
few
it for a
years,
really,
right?
really
Yeah,
long
yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's easy because you do it every day.
In Paganini's music, there's so many arpeggios. So like one of them will be. This is something that you can play on an electric, you know, like just scales and arpeggios. But if you play it fast, that's kind of normal, like
Yeah, that's
I mean,
normal.
a lot of people
do
do
that all the time.
right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, they do. It's just arpeggios. You elevate that. You
Yeah.
add the thickness, that you can't really get with an electric guitar or anything. Same exact thing. Then you go more like.
He makes a good point, talking and walking and being able to do two things at once, and in many cases multitasking. I think about when you're driving a car, some of the things that you do or try to do while driving, and just because you shouldn't be doing that. I don't condone doing anything other than just driving, but I know there's people that do a lot of things, more than one thing at the same time, because they've learned muscle memory. And that's never thought about the walking talking thing, because you just do it. You do things without even knowing you're doing it because it's muscle memory.
Damn.
Only just add the kick here. When you play a bass note, just you got that, right? I feel like you're too strong, man. Like you're too,
I'm hitting it too hard.
You're too buff, bro. Like just a little subtlety, just
Okay.
like. Can you play with like your ring finger too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Hey.
There
It's
it
like
goes.
perfect suddenly. Yeah.
Instead of thinking like, oh, I have the drums, rhythm, melody, you're thinking of melody, rhythm, and bass all at the same time,
for
and thinking
sure.
of it as singular actions.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's one thing. It's
Yeah.
not three things.
Yeah. This is so hard.
It's very hard.
This is
isn't it?
really hard.
It's very hard.
Your videos are already really impressive, but like when you actually give them a shot,
Yeah,
or give
well,
it a try, they're even more impressive.
I've never seen like this, like you play all these weird instruments, you just kind of clicks, like you get it. At least that's what it seems like to me.
Like when I play other instruments too,
Yeah.
I'm taking stuff that I already know,
Right,
and
and
just applying
translating.
it to the instrument.
Right.
And all of this is foreign.
But
I like Marcin's face is getting into it. It's like, I feel like
I count it.
I feel like Marcin wakes up playing guitar and goes to sleep playing guitar.
For people that maybe are new to the guitar,
Right.
there's so many different ways that you're just getting a note.
I have a classical background. The nails are a big part of that, just like plucking, finger style type things. The melody would just usually be
So
taken
crisp.
by your, index and middle finger, let's say. And then the bass is your thumb. But for example, I get here and I want to play this chord, which would be impossible to play this way, like what I'm just doing. So basically I can go, then this stretch, you know? Both hands are equal.
Both your hands are both like percussion, rhythm, and melody.
Making it like conscious decisions where, okay, I can play the kick here, or I can play it here. And then the way that I choose this is not sound-based. It's like, okay, if I do it here, I can do like... do that here, right?
That was slick.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Then you don't have to stop here, because if I want to add a melody, it's like a sort of bass thing. You think, okay, what am I doing now? I'm using these, right? And then on my left hand, I'm using a few of my fingers, but you know, there's so much stuff left, you know, which can utilize ring finger. By doing this, it's free, right? So I can do like... You use those things, you know, just kind of try and figure out where each thing fits.
This is maybe the hardest it's been to learn an instrument on my channel, maybe.
Right, and it's a guitar.
This is my instrument.
Campfire type instrument. You know?
Yeah.
It seems that the hardest...
It's going back to what I was saying. Like, I feel like both of them probably, like, they wake up, do the essentials, and then and one of those is probably immediately grabbing a guitar and just warming up. And their mind must always be thinking about something new, you know, something different, picking up a guitar and just, you know, messing around. I don't know. I can only assume to have that much talent, you would have to be like 150% invested almost on the regular. I could be way wrong. I don't know, but they seem like, I want to go back a little because he was jamming that out. They just seem like that would have to be the case.
So I can do like... You use those things, you know, just kind of try and figure out where each thing fits.
This is maybe the hardest it's been to learn an instrument on my channel, maybe.
Right, and it's a guitar.
This is my instrument.
Campfire type instrument. You know?
Yeah.
It seems that the hardest part is gonna be like all of these things here.
Yeah.
That's really not the case. This like difficulty curve is the small elements like this. Yeah. That's the hardest thing. Whatever melody you find, can I play it with just my left hand? Which you always can, you know. If you try hard enough, you always can. Yeah. Then like there's so much stuff you can do with your right hand.
Is that how you start learning songs? Like do you start with the melody?
I don't do it by blocks, you know, because if I play... It's like... How do you start with that? I always do everything at once.
So you don't learn the melody once and then
I never do that. It's a big mistake because, like, you know, imagine learning this. What's the connection with this? Like, half of these notes are played like without the right hand, you know. The bass is completely different positions. Then you need to tap.
So you just go right in trying to learn the melody with all of this.
Always with a metronome. You rewire your brain a bit, I think.
You don't think of here's the melody, here's the rhythm. You're thinking of it as one piece. It's so foreign to me to think about the kick drum with my wrist.
Right, and then you'll do it twice, right? So,
yeah,
you're nearly there now. So you got that. The next note is the snare. We need to play the melody and the snare at the same time. So what I do is this whole space here, take your ring finger, hit just one string, and then go like, it would be like very slow. So you got that, and then you go.
I did not know that's what you were doing. And you're getting the string at the same time.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what he's doing. It's crazy.
Let's go!
That's good.
This is great. Like,
I can see with enough time I'd be able to do it. Yeah.
Of course you will. I mean, it's not like it's impossible. Like,
it's just so foreign to me, yeah.
To me, this is the most fun way of playing the guitar. Why? Because there's no tradition attached to it. You know?
Getting that snare sound is a really interesting one because I've never thought about getting this part of the guitar.
Yeah.
You need a snare drum, and during that part, your hands are doing so much. Which one can you fit into the motion you're already doing?
I think, where are you gonna play the toms? Like, if I do this, I will have to do, which is very uncomfortable. This is not a nice movement. Or, this is very, like, small. You choose, okay. It's perfect, right? The sound is perfect, but also like
maximizing space and getting the same sound at different parts of the
Always
guitar,
back.
depending on your hand placement.
The big thing for me over the pandemic
Sounds
was the
simple.
short form.
Of course.
50 seconds, that's like the sweet spot for me. There's been like some stigma a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, but it's like you're squeezing in so much in 50 seconds. It's really music, you know?
I think with your videos especially, like, come on, like you can't say that you can't play the hell out of a guitar. When I started YouTube in 2007, no one took it seriously at all.
It's like a vicious circle almost. You
Yeah.
know? The main thing that people don't get is that when you see a video on Instagram or on TikTok, that video was made for Instagram or TikTok, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you go on my Spotify or something, or even on YouTube, there's like back toccata, 5-minute arrangement, you know, production, everything. But then you go to TikTok and I play something live and like make, you know, a crazy arrangement, a comment which will say, yeah, I couldn't listen to this for longer than like 1 minute. But like I made the video
to be 1 minute. I think certainly in our case, is there being a stigma around a new platform.
That's an interesting comment and perspective on the attention span of people and what depending on where your platform is or which one you're working on and appealing to, how you would mash something together simply just to catch interest for a short period of time and then let it go. He makes a good point. I'm trying to do a lot impressively and talent-wise in a short period of time to catch your attention for a short period of time. And I can understand someone saying I couldn't listen to that over and over again. Well, I wasn't trying to make it that way, you know, but I could do something like that where the flow of the song would keep you invested, because it's made on a platform that is going to be a 4, 5, 6 minute song, whatever it may be.
yeah, I couldn't listen to this for longer than like 1 minute. But like I made the video
To be 1 minute. I think certainly in our case, is there being a stigma around a new platform, is a sign of opportunity.
Right, yeah.
It's like, for lack of a better word, there's like open real estate available on this new platform that you can go after and do something really cool, which you absolutely have done with like vertical
thank you
videos.
so
Real estate, I like
you're
that.
nailing it. Is that our segue to talking about nails? Like us, if you've been a guitar player for a really long time, it's a pretty normal thing. Like, oh, you play classical guitar, or like you play flamenco.
The length is real. It's like, you know, it's my actual nail, but then I coat it in gel, like pretty thick level of gel. It
Just to add stability? Or?
Yeah, so to add strength basically. Because like if you do this all day, right? Things like that stuff, you know, or that, or that.
It's like nails on a
These are steel
chalkboard.
strings, you know, and I play 13s, so they're pretty thick. So if you didn't have like any reinforcement for your nail, like they're gonna just chop off, you know.
And you have 5 guitar picks.
Exactly.
My nails look so terrible.
Yeah, look at that. It's like the polar opposite.
Look how manicured is ours. It has
Every
to be
note
that way.
has such an attack, has such clarity. And when you're doing that much, you need that attack.
You need it to like punch through. As you say, like if I'm doing this,
It is so very
that's
crisp.
just chaos, you know?
A little happy tune.
Those harp harmonics are not
Yeah, I know. You've been telling me like the
They're
whole day.
not
man.
easy. Those are really, really hard. And you're doing it amongst all those other things. And you're getting it with your pinky?
Yeah, of course.
So if I'm doing a harp harmonic, it's like with my thumb.
I'm sorry. His personality, Marcin, is so like just gentle and cool and humble. But he's like saying, so you're playing with a pinky? He's like, yeah, of course. You know, like, what would you play it with? It's oh no, it's just he just seems that's all it is.
You know, you've been telling me like the
They're
whole day.
not
man.
easy. Those are really, really hard. And you're doing it amongst all those other things. And you're getting it with your pinky?
Yeah, of course.
So if I'm doing a harp harmonic, it's like with my thumb.
Oh.
Like,
Still, I mean,
what's impressive to me though is you're doing it amongst all those other things.
Yeah,
and you're
for
nailing
sure.
the harmonics. Even past here, you're nailing them.
A lot of people think that, especially with the technical things, it's all about just like practice. You can practice less if you practice well. Like if you have a plan and you understand which areas you're not as good at, then you just hone in on them, you practice with focus, It's enough, you know? So I was never like the kid who did like 8 hours practice, you know? And I knew them because I was in a classical environment, so there's plenty of them, you know? Of course I practiced a lot, like 4 or 5 hours, but like never more. For me, it's much more about conceptualizing what it is you're doing.
Practice, but make the practice count. You know, you could say you practiced 8 hours, but if you only got 3 hours of good practice out of 8, then
0, 0, 11, 12.
Makes
11,
sense.
I love the
13,
language.
12. Yeah, I just think it's
sounds nice. And this video's flying by. Just showing off.
Look at you, man.
I'm trying my best.
Scary, bro.
That was just jamming. I'm assuming nothing prepared. They just played off each other, kind of like dueling banjos or something like that. Not to simplify, well, that'd be tough too. But it's neat how musicians can do that. They can pick up off the other's vibe and just kind of melt right into it. That was very, very good.
That's a Rob Scallon vibe track. Right? I'm like the minor guy, you know, you're such a major guy. I wouldn't call myself a TikTok guitarist. To me, that sounds wrong.
I wouldn't consider you like a TikTok guitarist or even me like a YouTube guitarist, really, though I am proud to call myself a YouTuber. Of
course.
I think we're just musicians and these are the platforms.
I made an Instagram account. One of the people at my label at Sony, they were like, hey, make a TikTok, you know? And I was like, no. Like, honest to God, it's okay, but like, you can literally just post the same stuff you do already on TikTok. I was like, well, if I can do that, I'll do that. Then it just goes insane. Bro, let's make one now.
Let's do it. Should we stand up? You're always standing up.
Oh, it's
right?
definitely, man, yeah. Look at that pose.
Yeah, this is...
I love that.
Welcome to my world.
Check this out.
Oh, no.
Which camera do I show? Like the massive...
You broke a nail.
Oh, no.
Now, how long is it going to take you to repair that nail?
No, it's gonna take me like 30 minutes at a nail salon. What if tomorrow we just find a nice spot?
Northerly Island.
Yeah, Chicago skyline.
Maybe this is the end of the video. It's really hard to be Marcin. That's just the reality. Check out Marcin on Instagram, TikTok, all over the
Wait till he's
internet.
back?
No.
Check out both of them.
I'm back.
If you want Marcin, you're gonna have to find him on Instagram or TikTok.
I'm back.
Or YouTube. Yeah. So check out Marcin. He's an incredible guitar player.
Rob, I love you, man.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, check out Marcin and subscribe if you would like.
Cool interview.
Cool. There we go.
We did it together, didn't we?
Yeah, nice.
That was a cool interview. I'm glad you guys requested that. It's amazing. They both, I have no I'm not familiar with the other guy. Marcin, I am. Rob, I'm not. But first impression, he seems like a really super fun, cool, talented guy, and they're both very humble. I'm sure that just adds to their talent and their abilities in being that way and appreciating each other's talents and trying to learn from each other. Must be like super cool for them. It's having that commonality and being a fan of each other is it's kind of a yin and yang when you're watching this, which is awesome. And it's a delight. It's just fun to watch. I could have watched that probably for another hour or so. I thought we were going to get the TikTok video, but I saw that they did it on the top of wherever it was, but outside. I think some things are meant to be, and that's him having that minor problem with his nail forced a TikTok that would have been better served at a later point. So it happened for a reason, is my point. So really, really enjoyed this. If you guys stuck around for the whole thing on this one and this reaction, I really appreciate it. Please visit both of their pages if you're new and haven't heard of either one. I look forward to doing more Marcin and probably be checking out Rob too. I'm very interested in. I love watching people appreciate their talents and sharing that with others. For me, music is fun. I wish I could play it, but I'll just be a super fan of all types of music and just let it affect me the way it's supposed to in my life. And that's as much as I can contribute, other than having maybe a channel like this, reacting to things and sharing my thoughts with people. So anyways, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to them if you haven't, and we'll see you on the next one. Everybody, peace to you. Be happy, healthy, and safe.